Elections and don't come back home, the Kabudu don't grab back. Inside a Kabudu day, the good one and day, and the bad one and bad day.
What should voters do to make the next generation of leaders more accountable and responsive to the people who elect them in office? This is the big question on the minds of many Sierra Leoneans as they prepare for their fourth post-war elections in March 2018. A group of civil society organizations believe that establishing criteria to elect good leaders and supporting voters to scrutinize and vote on the basis of these issues will make all the difference.
In the first place, we want to say thank you, and we pray for them few people. We initiate this idea, we sit down, we say no, push down camp and shop. This is not to detain. We will for just sit down. Team B as it be numberland B. Can we sit down and we grab, go right round and try to gather the ideas of people as far as the future of life as individuals and the future of life as a nation concerned.
My vote, my life, tries to shift the responsibility of recruiting good leaders to the voters themselves. That is why in this election, we are proposing a campaign, Waiting the People Them Want.
Now waiting the people want. Now this we the people want. That is the Citizens Manifesto. There is power in your vote as a citizen. Your vote actually decides who is going to take decisions on your welfare, your health care, the health care of your children, the education of your children, what you get in your community. It's all decided by your vote. So if you vote the right people, you get the right service as citizens. If you vote the wrong people, your vote actually determines your ultimate fate.
Nationwide consultations bringing together 720 civil society organizations, religious and traditional leaders, trade unions, and professional bodies were held to build consensus on the 7 key issues that should take center stage in the 2018 elections.
You talk about declaration of assets, but you see, one thing is, they always say, this person don't declare to anti-corruption. And at the end of the day, that is just the thing. Nobody know within this person own and within that person they own. So the declaration is not public. Then I want to think about that declaration what they talk about. Where I believe say, if it is at district level, it should be published nationwide. At regional level, it should be published nationwide. And at whatever level, now I'm going to make the declaration meaningful because everybody will know, interested persons in the country will able to watch each and every one their asset for whatever position they don't claim and what they would attain after that. We able to measure waiting at the level or development we don't do for the people and as against waiting you don't do for himself.
No one make we just think of the president.
Yes.
When we come now with young ground, like the councillor, honorable, and all the like. If they're able to declare the asset, waiting and get before then they come in, and when they come out waiting, they don't accumulate, then we will get that kind of leader. But if we say no more, this person just like I don't talk, this person I'm young brother, or this if you come now all go school, this we don't ever get that kind of people.
The unfortunate side of them will not agree for bring people to power because they don't get money. Because they not get immediately for giving, will not give them power. And those who always give power and then they let it down, they get the money. And in other words, they buy the power. And so when they reach and get for harvest back for who said they don't go loan and who said they don't take. So that they bring it down every year.
Not for the party who they look, but possibly in output, the benefits where they go bring come for generation yet on board. Now they after. Now that tomorrow, the changes for the power, I promise you. Where this man they talk say woman and this and that, we promise you this street, we not they put una man there inside this street. Now woman they talk.
Before gets for move away from colors. Let the count don't begin, so let God make this committee get the power for preach and propagate this message right round and no say this time round because of waiting with the intent for let it be to we the next government will they get. Let we forget about Biari, Utnaya, that is man, Bua Putia, that is man. Let we look out for people where we think say where they go there, irrespective of whose side them belong. If we see say this will be the correct person, we put a name, it will able for liberate we.
Like I know you will make mention of, I want to add specifically none of we leaders them, political from the presidency to ministers to parliamentarians. If they want to see this country education system increase, the health sector increase, none of them not for take and picking them go overseas for study, then they say they try for improve on education. You know for sick, you say you picking go overseas, or the minister go overseas, why we not will develop on your medical and educational sector, whereby all the citizens, be you president, parliamentarian, ordinary person, you picking go now the same school or they attend.
The issues are 40% symbol allocation to women candidates, 15% symbol allocation to youths, 5% symbol allocation to persons with disabilities, commitment to key issues within the first year, asset publication by candidates, review of key mining and agricultural policies, as well as transparent campaign financing. 7 ballots were given to every participant to vote for the 7 issues according to their priorities.
Five, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52.
Youth 52.
These issues were drawn from a knowledge, attitudes and practice survey of over 3,300 Sierra Leonean voters, representing first-time voters as well as those who voted in 2012. The survey was conducted earlier this year. There were common demands running through the consultations. The demand for increased representation of women and youth in governance came out in all districts. Citizens in land and natural resource-rich districts such as Kono, Pujeun, Tonkolili, Bonth and Port Loko prioritize increasing their benefits from the natural resource wealth. There was a general demand for political parties to support the recruitment of ethical and honest leadership by encouraging candidates to publish their assets. This demand was particularly strong in the Western area. The hope is that politicians and political parties will commit to the Citizens' Manifesto and use it as a blueprint for developing their own manifesto documents. We hope that our collective resolve as a people can ensure that we vote in the right set of leaders that can best address these priorities in the next 5 years.
Elections and don't come back home, the Kabudu don't grab back. Inside a Kabudu day, the good one them day, and the bad one them back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat bell full or you dey sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people and bang for help safe now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salon, we all go better. If we vote man we come for can take, well, it left to me. Now we get for so far.
I know ever even vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Peter, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They send me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad dress. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They vote say because we born a McKinney, Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.
I want to mail out to love mama ki ante pa.
Talk to we will make we hear it.
Machi ma continent of what you want to mota.
Tell the people me.
Say rasong sa zemba man se batata. Ngate ne sakalom so ta fa su ko korin su man kita.
Tell we bo make we hear it.
Kera ka bande amma ki e tell prom me do kom. U de ke mire makata matimba. Minel munang. Awa mit dem ne mut dem ne kon dem ne. Sa ta be za dem ne. Sa se se la ka ma ta bris ka makata matimba. Me voting
na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad dress. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They vote say because we born a McKinney, Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They vote say because we born a Kenema.
We want to see changes from the grass to the roots. With manifestos, we get plans for the youth. We tire with the lies, now we stand for the truth. We need chef, we go change the taste of the soup. Why? Wait them read for shape t-shirts and I shall be for go rally. Then go member we. After election and take power, give the power them. When we talk, they for them but we. Then go give we bitter cola for go campaign. Where they win them and their family pop champagne. We no go fet for no politician again. This time we go land. We no one die campaign. Mind box I diamond now we land. For pay fee, papa no get dime na in hand. We want more youth, a woman than a power. Parliament, a cabinet, more mommy na power.
Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad dress.
Dimanya muimu kama monyonyo. Sanya penga mule magoma Inawile kemu kanya nevele ama. Chimi akwe mu malama Onele baja sinya mao. Jifa mwambie mubwe kenye yeo. Yena we amwambie na fae. Mule mambo makwele mae. Wakenya na mikrome. Kongwale juhu wa mae. Kenya ya ewini kube. Na vianyane kamukwe mubla. Tau hegba Kenya huwoyo. Dwe ya grama agramu pelo Amogwe Kenya na yuma mulokolo numa otwa bate.
If I know ever able vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Peter, no they can't ruin me life. Salon too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for two tapa. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad dress. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. They vote say because we born a McKinney, Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.
So, the next 5 years, you vote now you live. Anybody we want lead we, it gets for declaring assets.
Not to pambado, and for make somebody know kind of power match 2018, and after 2 years, it grab go by Wataki, and when we talk, it's an Papa Daile Fangia.
We say thanks to the collective effort of the Standing Together for Democracy Consortium,
Gallant Civil Society Partners, the Sierra Leone Media Interreligious Council, and
Institute for Governance Reform and Civil Society Groups for upholding democracy and free and fair elections in Sierra Leone.